Hey guys. Yeah, Greg Christensen here, Grandview Livestock. I was just out looking over some of these. Well, this herd this guy using lambs together. I guess this is the only herd we got that we have both together. And they're okay to keep them together through, well, until you're into breeding season. Then I wouldn't breed them together. But we've got them together now. And a couple of weeks we'll probably be out here and showing you there'll be all kinds of lambs and kids running around out here, hopefully. Man, everybody here looks like they're great big and ready to pop, but their due date's May 1st. Could come, a few days early. And this is also the herd that we just gathered up our bucks and our rams, and we put them in here just for a place to keep them for a while. We don't have to take them out there. Usually they're not a problem. I don't know. I've never had one that would try to run around and pester one that just lambed or kidded, but I have heard of it happening. So if that happens, I guess we'll come and get them out. This pasture, this is kind of what I like to kid in, though. I was going to show you. There's some brush around the edge, not too much. There's some buck brush and a few things, but really not much brush here for them to eat. But we've had goats here for quite a while, and they've taken care of most of the brush, but it's open, and I like that because the dogs can kind of protect them better. Predators are more leery coming into here. They can't seek protection behind some brush or tall grass, and this is a perfect setting that I like to kid at. I don't know, there's probably better places. You probably have better ideas, but this is, for me, this is what I would choose. There's about, I don't know, 70 acres here, I think, and these guys can stay here and they'll kid here, and then when we get ready to move them, we'll open the gate, and I'll probably video that. You've seen it last year. We opened the gate, and there's a clover field on the other side of that gate. They're up behind our house, and so we'll start grazing that with them, and so they don't have to move too far. You don't want to have to trail them, kids especially. I found lambs, sheep, ewes with lambs on them. They move pretty good, have just a day or two. But boy, kids, goats with kids on them. I mean, you could have kids laying down all over the place and not even know it unless you just come back and find them all. Lambs usually get up and stick with their mama. So I just don't like moving kids, till they're maybe even a month old or so, very far. You can move them across the fence line, things like that. It's still an effort, a lot more of an effort than it is with the ewes. But so people have asked me about rotational grazing, does with kids on them, or while they're kidding or something, and I don't like doing it. It's a lot of effort. Make sure you get everybody paired up. I know you can do the drifting, let them come and go through that one paddock to the next as they bring their babies across, and so that kind of works. I've tried that. I wasn't that enthused about it, but we'll get them, and you just have to make sure you don't leave anybody behind if you're doing that. And here, they don't. It's in the great pasture. There's some red clover that'll come up, but it's just fescue grass pasture with a little bit of brush around. There's some a little bit of clover down there. Like I said, it'll be coming up here soon, but they're going to nip that off too, and but it'll get a chance to grow after we move these in a month or so. Yeah, I came on to this one here. I thought I'd show you. This is we have just a few of these, and this is a yearling. She got bred. There's a little group that we missed, a little buckling for castrating, and he got her bred. So she's just now turning 1. I know a lot of people breed them to kid when they turn 1. I don't like to. It just doesn't really fit our management style. We had some last year like this. We tried it again, and the few, and they were just smaller. I mean, they're good enough mothers. They don't have as much milk. I hate for them to have twins. Once in a while they do. So we just keep them and we graze them out on places that need brush control till they're 2 years old. We breed them that fall of their when they're I don't know, a year and a half, and they'll kid when they're 2 years old, and then they'll be fully mature and bigger. Um, my experience is this doeling will always be smaller. We'll be able to pick her out, but that's probably as much from our management style. I know some people on here will comment and you'll say, you know, you do it and you get along fine, and that's fine. It just doesn't really work for us. Just the way we manage things, and if we fed them better and had a certain pasture maybe to keep them those in that got better feed, and let them grow, I'm sure it'd be fine. But she's going to do fine. They're really good mothers. I mean, I can't fault them for that. They love their babies, but sometimes they just don't have a lot of milk, and they just won't grow up as well after, you know, to maturity. So I just wanted to let you know what was happening here. We're trying to plant some corn. It's been too wet and too cold, actually. Corn I planted a couple weeks ago isn't even sprouted yet. So, but here's what's happening with the ewes and lambs, and we'll keep you posted. Thanks for tuning in.